Hello, it's January 2026. This year there's an enormous project being conducted on renovation of Commonwealth Avenue Bridge in Canberra, and half of the bridge will be closed for this purpose. We're going to look at all the on-road and off-road options for getting bicycles around this congestion. This video will be recorded at double speed, so if you want to see what it's like in real time, set your video to half speed. While changes will be made, we expect that in principle the routes we take will be available all the time or almost all the time. We'll start by looking at the off-road routes from the west of the city, southbound to New Parliament House. The only accessible route will be on the east side, that's the Captain Cook side of the bridge, on the bicycle and footpath. The path uses the footbridge that goes over Parks Way and carried on south down towards Acton Waterfront. There's new wide range of cycle routes through a brand new park, and then continues on to Henry Rolland Park. We can go down here and bear off right soon to go to the water's edge on this dirt track. From there the path will go round to the left underneath the existing Commonwealth Bridge, and you can keep on going round and left to an up ramp that will take you to the east side of the bridge, which is the only route that will be available to bike riders. We will share it with the pedestrians, people going in both directions. This is Henry Rolland Park, and soon we take a slip road that takes us onto Barine Drive. And we continue along here past the fenced off area, a works area, and just beyond that there's a ramp that goes off to the left and takes us up to the path alongside the bridge. The next route we'll look at is how we go from the east side of Canberra City, going down Alara Street, crossing Constitution Avenue. Again, on the principal cycle route, we're going straight ahead here onto the eastern equivalent foot and cycle path going over Parks Way. This bridge is often very busy when there are activities such as Floriade going on, and as in this case we will have to travel slowly and work with other people travelling at active travel speeds through here. At the bottom of this bridge you're in Commonwealth Park, where we shall turn right and follow a tarmac path a couple of 100 metres through the park. We turn right here to follow the path alongside Regatta Place with the Archbishop's house on the right. Say hi to the Archbishop, and we stay on this path which takes us almost directly onto the up ramp that goes on the footpath over the bridge. We cross Albert Place and we turn sharp right just before the fencing. The next option we will look at is the on-road approach to this same path. We're on Edinburgh Avenue, approaching London Circuit on the southwest corner. There's a brand new wide road, the new railway lines going through the middle, but either side there's this brand new, very wide, fantastic pedestrian path which is available for cyclists to use. On the north side, that's the inside of the corner, there is a traffic-controlled pedestrian crossing across Commonwealth Avenue, which we shall use to get over to the east side so that we can get across the bridge. Go across here, we just turn right, and we're approaching a slip road from the left, people coming from Parks Way. The visibility to the left is good, you can see other things to follow. This is the original painted gutter cycle path with a fairly narrow pedestrian path on the left. Soon there's another slip road coming in from Parks Way East. Again, the visibility is good for merging with vehicles coming in. That's not a problem if you're reasonably fast. There is a pedestrian path that will be completed soon on the left, we've been told. I hope they're right. Soon after passing Albert Street, which we saw on the previous one, there is a big bus stop where this bus is going to stop, and this will create problems because there won't be room for people to safely pass when it's busy. So you'll expect you might have to wait for buses to get out of the way. To get onto the bridge, we take the slip road that's always been here and move left. As before, you have to look out for other people and ring your bell. You'll notice as we ring the bell, this couple will move left. Ding ding, thank you, works a treat. One particular problem you will find is people who are buried deep in their mobile phones, and I reckon they're a lost cause. We just have to stop and anticipate that they will not see us at all, as is this case. At the far end of this bridge, we're going to take the steep slip road down to the left. Ding ding, thanks guys. This particular path, we didn't know if it's going to be open. I'm delighted to say it is open, and at the bottom, the original route, if you go right at the bottom, all the access routes going to the east to Kingston and to Fyshwick and many other places are available. Alternatively, we will take the other route and head off to the west, which is another useful route. This is a footpath that goes alongside Flynn Drive and takes you out of the roadworks area and allows you to continue your route west along Lake Burley Griffin, or take one of the paths through to Woden or one of many other places out to the southwest. The other challenge will be when we're coming from New Parliament House in the opposite direction, heading north on Commonwealth Avenue, and we'll need to move over to the right side of Commonwealth Avenue to get onto the correct side of the bridge. One way is to take the opposite route to what we're using here. We'll use K Street. We turn left off Commonwealth Avenue just before Albert Hall and come along K Street, which is just ahead of us here. Here we go. We're on K Street turning west, and we turn right back onto Flynn Drive. And I personally prefer to stay on the road here because generally the road is smooth. While there's parking, there's usually not that much traffic there. And as you turn this corner, there's a nice slip road that takes you up back onto the path, and you can continue around to the left and take the steep path going up. There is another opportunity. If you turn left at K Street and immediately right into Albert Hall, there's a weird little bird bath roundabout. If you turn right there, you can go down a ramp onto an underpass and go under Commonwealth Avenue that way. Once you get to the top of the slip road here, we'll go and have a look at that. Okay, we're now at Albert Hall. There's the weird bird bath. We go round the roundabout, and you can see the down ramp right in front. The corner is sharp at the bottom, so yell or ring or go slowly round the corner. Same again at the opposite corner. We're going underneath Commonwealth Avenue right now. Turn left, and ding ding, and we'll be going up onto the main footpath on the east side, the right side on Commonwealth Avenue, heading towards the city. There are two roads to cross. The corners are quite sharp on both of them, and this other one is King Edward Terrace, where there are lots of fast, dense traffic, particularly during the peak hour, and you need to be ready and prepared to stop for traffic. It's not a particularly safe junction. And you'll see in a couple of seconds we will catch up and join in with the other route, the steep up ramp from the right, and continue ahead north. The next thing that we need to look at is how to get off this bridge and move into the city. If you want to go to the east of the city, you can use the same footpath that goes up to Alara Street as the one we used on the way down. If you want to head off west, you will need to turn left just after Albert Street, and there is another traffic light controlled crossing across Commonwealth Avenue, and from there you can either turn right and go up the road on the painted gutter footpath or the footpath, or you can turn left and go again through the Parkland Acton waterfront. So here we're going along and we're going to turn left and have a look, and there's a traffic light and a button, the request button, actually bolted onto the fence, which is hard to miss. This crossing will move left and right because they're going to have to move it to allow roadworks to go along. Here we've turned left and we'll go into Acton waterfront. Alternatively, you could have turned right there and followed the road up into the city if you prefer. All of the off-road routes that we've been looking at here are what's called shared routes, in that they can be used equally by pedestrians and bikes and similar people. There are a set of guidelines that exist. They're marked on most of the shared routes, and we'll go through those quickly. Consider bikes go faster than pedestrians. If you're overtaking, you need to give way to the slower people, so bikes should give way to pedestrians. On the other hand, pedestrians as a slower group should not obstruct the route for people who want to overtake. Again, on the other hand, the smart thing for cyclists to do is to alert people by ringing their bell or calling out if necessary to remind people that they're there. During this year, it's going to be much harder to get around Canberra City. However, bikes will be the easiest way to do it. Thank you for listening, and cheerio.